Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land under the free, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free, and the home of the
On the pole, it's going to be brand new qualifying. I tell you what, if we were to run the All-Star race, I'm sorry, the I don't think you really got caught up in all that much. But man, thanks for joining me in the booth tonight, buddy. Got more down from the truck series in here. He's going to be looking to try to steal a win. This time it is with the Xfinity cars. As you can see, just like it, she's got a soft spot in her heart for Cowboy Matt. Well, let's say Cowboy Matt doesn't win tonight, and let's say she picks.
For the most part, but it was very fun.
Yep, one right there at your home track, Bristol. That was your crew here. Yes, you got 21 of Sledgehammer. You got the 61 of Mountaineers, and our Colt 315 Cowboy Matt in his 19 IROC throwback.
Sledge for the lead, 15 pushed up a little bit there, probably running a lower preset, as you would imagine. That's the kind of the versatility you get in this preset.
Used to be all over the streams, him and Master Killer. Speaking of Master Killer, he's actually in the race tonight, and I will have a little bit of help as far as laps, some issues that may occur on track.
We're really going to hope that we can make it all the way on tire.
One groove racetrack. Yeah, you got to try to figure out the finesse. Welcome to the chat, sir. Good to see you. Looks like finesse is rooting on Boehner, trying to go for 3-0, 3 in a row, with Mountain and Fat was Dick. Right now, looking so far so good. A whole lot of give, whole lot of take, but they're keeping it clean, keeping it green. It looks like they're getting a little bit of separation between each other. No, the truck race was a lot of side-by-side, fast-paced racing. I'm ready for tonight's race. How you feeling?
I'm ready, man. And the cool thing is, of course,
Mountaineers, let this thing get really racy and then attack. Go for it. These guys have had 2+ weeks to practice. They're going to make contact a little bit, so are these guys. So, looks like Bowen's kind of dropped back a little bit. Looks like some of the guys that might have taken tires earlier are really going to start moving their way to the push.
And here comes Larson. Larson to the bottom of the track. Job. Trying to take the lead away. Good job. Fowler, the momentum.
What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Repeat here, and it is Tuesday night. That means it's time for these NNR Xfinity guys to go on and get the race done, get it in. Tonight's all about the Irish Hills of Michigan. This fast, high draft, high speed, 2-mile oval. Man, this is probably one of the best tracks on the game. Clearly, one of the best that I've ever raced on. I mean, back in the day when I was into the setups and doing everything there, I had a lot of fun at this place. I was very, very fast. Quite a few people were. I used to love tinkering here. And now, these NNR guys, they are all about the presets. And, yeah, they are the best in presets, hands down, on the Xbox Heat 4. We're getting ready for Heat 5. And I tell you what, the one and only More Smoke, the driver of the 9 in the Cup Series, was able to get it done last night. In case you missed it during the farewell to Heat 4, morethancape.org Pro Invitational that was also right here, had a phenomenal time. Congratulations again on More Smoke, the 48 car of Aviator. See you out there in chat. You were strong all night long. So was Aswell. So was Leafs Justin. So was Frozen. And I mean, there were so many great cars last night. It was extremely fun to watch 3 series or 3 communities come together, not practicing with each other, but just because they've got the love of the racing, they're able to get out there, use their track awareness, race hard, race very clean. Had a couple of questionable things where caution probably should have come out, but it didn't. Unfortunately, it seems like if the car spinning is off the track, the caution just doesn't fly. And we've seen that multiple times on Heat 4 over the last year or so that it's been out. But Aviator, man, I'm looking forward to watching you out here tomorrow night as well, or on Thursday night rather, to see what you're going to be able to do. You're going to have a lot of people pulling for you. And talking about that, right above the NNR symbol on that bottom right-hand side is that message talking about our cup prize on Thursday nights. That's right, boys and girls. The money is back tomorrow night. We're talking about 70 or 75 smackers. With that, you can buy yourself the gold edition of Heat 5 if you wanted to, or you could use it for some kind of DLC or somewhere else, or maybe just another game. Who knows? Maybe golf 2K21, PGA Tour, that's coming out soon. But yeah, 70 or 75 bucks. That's not chump change. All you got to do is show up, get in, to be the first one to get in your pick for who you think HD Motorsports and I will be talking to at the end of the night when it's all said and done. They don't have to be in any respective running order. It just has to be the right 3 drivers. If you can do that, be the first one to get it. And you've got to have your final pick in before the end of stage 2 and be there at the end. So if we call your name, you're there to claim your prize. If you're not, the money rolls over. And at that point, the money would roll over to Homestead, which is the very next week. And if nobody picks the right 3 at Homestead, well, it goes on to Martinsville. Nobody picks it at Martinsville, well, then it goes on to Atlanta for our championship race. So, yeah, it's these next, 3 or after this, it's only 3 weeks left. Homestead, Martinsville, and then Atlanta. And then the 2020 season for NNR is done. So, hey, I'm not ready to wrap this up yet. There's still so much racing left to do. Again, Martinsville is sometimes that can be a season in itself. We've seen people's years be made or broken at Martinsville, whether it's in the spring or in the summer. Me personally, I'm looking forward to some of these guys that really started to fire off in the short short term. Typically, or one in particular, I should say, is actually the 19 car Cowboy Matt, or NNR Cowboy. I keep calling him Cowboy Matt. That's how I first got to know him. He has been extremely fast since the road courses, or not the road courses, the short tracks, Eldora and all that. That's really where he caught on fire, and I think that's if he can't get it done either here next week at Atlanta, or I'm sorry, at my God, my mind's all over the place right now. Here next week at Homestead, or when we get to Martinsville, that would be very, very surprising. But the points race, as you see that them crawling across the bottom of your screen, the points are pretty tight. Parzival and Cowboy Matt, or NNR Cowboy again, they're tied. Fatless Dig and then Dog are bringing up the rear, but man, that doesn't say anything about the kind of drivers they are. Definitely looking forward to seeing what they're going to be capable of here tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. The Xfinity guys are done qualifying. They're going to be heading back to the booth here in just a little bit. I think we've got 12 or 13 cars that are going to be on track tonight. Asbol, who's been very, very dominant in the truck and right up there with Boehner ever since joining NNR in the Xfinity Series, will actually not be in the field tonight. He had to work late, so this is going to be a huge pack all the way around. I think the only thing that's really going to get them separated. I'll get that as soon as I can for you, Aviator. I think the only thing that's really going to get these guys any bit of separate is when they've got to take their green flag pit stops. And of course, NNR is very well known for their green flag racing. So it's probably going to be. There we go. It's probably going to be right around then, unless hey, anything could happen. If you want to come and hang out with me, you're definitely more than welcome, man. You know that you've got an open invitation. Just let me know so I can turn that mic on. But looks like I think without spoiling it, I think our front row is going to be between Cheeseburger and Boehner. So, Boehner. No, that just doesn't sound right. But yeah, I think those two were definitely showing a lot of speed in the practice I was watching. So, I think it's probably going to come down to between those guys. We'll have to see when they get loaded in. They are back in the lobby getting the last-minute instruction from the one and only NNR Xfinity, your Xfinity Series admin, getting things rolling. Again, Thunder King 9 and York Tyler, thank you very much for the follow last night. In case I didn't get a chance to mention it, I was having a couple of issues with the connection, but in case you're out there tonight, thank you very much for the follow, and welcome to NNR. Please make sure you keep those notifications on so you know every time we go live. Feel free to follow us on Twitter, _racing, HD Motorsports, of course, and me, Repeat 1975. My Twitter handle, tag, and Twitch channel are all the same name. Looks like the lobby is still paused. I believe that the way that they're going to be getting it done tonight is pitting off of turn 4 and merging on the backstretch, just like we saw the trucks do the other night. So, with that being said, you're really when you're thinking about the speeds that these guys are carrying through turns 3 and 4, they're really going to have to try to make it off the track and woe it up in time in order not to get a black flag. Black flags here can absolutely ruin your race. I just see the invite now from Cowboy. I'm sure that let me see. Yep, he's loading in right now, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. And we'll go through the field as we always do, so you know who's starting where. Again, I think it's probably going to be between.
You got that invite, Pete?
Yep, I got the invite. Thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome.
Good luck, man. All right.
Should be an interesting race.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. The trucks were a lot of fun on Sunday night. Last night was a lot of fun in the farewell to Heat 4 Pro Invitational. I'm sure tonight's going to be a lot of fun as well. All right, that was Smitty that popped in the race right there. Again, the one and only. Aviator out there saying, I'd keep an eye on that 36, talking about old Boehner. He's definitely going to have a fast piece. Boehner and the Aviator, they duke it out on Thursday nights in the Cup Series. Of course, they were both on track last night for the Pro Invitational. Next week's going to be a lot of fun. Rock NASCAR, good to see you again. And just for you, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to turn this green so we know that we're set and ready to roll. That's just for you, sir, by the way. But it looks like on our front row, hey, there it is. Looks like we're going to have the 84 of Cheese with the 28 of Boehner. That's going to be your front row. 84 of Cheeseburger has absolutely been doing a phenomenal job ever since coming back to run with these guys. There's the 11 of Parsifal, guy that's always very, very quiet until he's there at the end. He's kind of like a sleeper cell, you know. But man, good to see the 11 of Parsifal up there. Then there's a 97 of Fatless Dig with the 36 of Jay Quim. Jay Quim, welcome back tonight. That's who Aviator's talking about out there in chat. There's the 66 of Mike Honcho. Then we got the 81 of Smitty, the guy that you just heard pop into the lobby. Then the 19 of Cowboy. Cowboy Matt, or NNR Cowboy, and the 11 of Boehner are fighting for that very, very coveted fourth place in points. 39 of Master Killer with the 9 of Q-Dog to the outside. 98 of F&L Bowling. 95 of NNR Papa Bear. And then the 8 of Augustus to round us out. But ladies and gents, coming to the line, it's going to be Cheeseburger and Boehner taking us to the green. 11 of Parsifal. He's going to duck right on in. Keep it down. Keep it low. Nobody wants to hit that apron. We saw what happened there in the trucks on Sunday night. But so far, so good. Looking behind these guys, they are spread out too wide, a few rows deep. Kind of looks like they got some distance between themselves, but I guarantee you it's a whole lot closer than what it's like. Welcome to NNR again. Boehner to the right around the outside of that 11. I know that he's going to have a very, very strong piece, but Michigan is kind of like Daytona and Talladega. It's a little bit of an equalizer. If you've got a fast, very good handling car. You're not getting too loose off of turn 2 and turn 4 in the long run, and you've got a long run car, man, you've got a very good chance of bringing it home for the win or the top 3. A little bit of, look at this, 81 of Smitty coming from the back, getting underneath the 28 of Boehner, following, not quite sure who that is on his inside. Gotta love the custom numbers. But yeah, look at old Boehner out here, middle of the track, right behind Smitty now. 9 to Q-Dog down low, Cowboy to the bottom side behind the 9. And yeah, we're still rolling. This completes 3 laps. I believe they've got, let's see, not quite sure how many laps stage 1 is, but they can go for miles on fuel. Again, great. Great pack racing at its finest. We all love Daytona and Talladega, but here you can get a little separated. You can definitely make some moves. The draft is very strong. There's multiple grooves. The high line isn't the best through the corners. It can definitely help you carry momentum if you can get down into the corners just right off the straightaways. 11 of Parzival trying to make a little bit of a move on the 84 of Cheese with the 36 of Jay Quinn right behind him. Again, Quinn sent out a tweet earlier saying, "I am back." So Jay Quinn definitely making his presence known up here in the front right now. With the 11 of Parzival on the high side, Quims definitely has a big push from behind all the way on the bottom, getting into 3 and 4. Move that 36 to P1, the 97 of Fatless Dig, challenging the 11 of Parzival right now with the 84 of Cheeseburger to his outside. Looks like the packs are starting to separate just a little bit. Not too bad. Look at that, 3 wide for third place right there for just a moment. But Fatless Dig, he's been able to move on up with a strong from the 11 of Parzival to his outside. They're going to go door to door, going through turns 3 and 4. But I think the 97 is going to have enough coming off the corner, unless the 11 is going to be able to pull a slide, or not a slide job, but a crossover coming off the corner to the line. Is still going to be Parzival with a big push to the inside. Here comes the 98 of Book. They're going to take it 3 wide for the lead. 97 of Fatless Dig, sorry. But yeah, that was a great race for the lead right there. He kind of fell back just a little bit, but again, the draft here is absolutely the equalizer. Here comes the 19 of Cowboy down low. He's going to hook up with the 28 of Boehner. Boehner's starting to move up just a little. Was on that high side. Got passed by a few drivers, but he's still right here. He's hanging in. You know he's got a fast piece, just like the Aviator said out there in chat about Jay Quinn. So yeah, we're hanging in. So far, all green, all clean, no issues. Maybe a little bit of door contact here or there coming off the corners, but that is about it. Let's go ahead and get back up front here. Here we go, riding along with the 39 of Master Killer, looking to try to get to the inside of the 98 of FNL Bowling, right behind the 84 of Cheeseburger, with the 11 of Parzival in the lead. Right behind the 39 is that 36. Behind the 36 is gonna be, yeah, they're moving too damn quick. I couldn't catch the number. But man, such really great racing. I love, man, I love the sounds of Heat 4. I was really glad when I saw the trailers for Heat 5 and you get to hear it a little bit. It really didn't sound like they changed it much. Here comes the 39 of Master Killer underneath the 98 of FNL Bowling with a big shove all the way up. There's the 36 of Boehner moving up as well. Boehner slid right past the nose of the 98 of Bowling. Bowling's a little bit of a tap to the bumper of Boehner. Boehner's going to go ahead and take sole position of P5. Move Bowling back to 6. 28. I'm sorry, the 28 is Boehner. 36 is Quim. Man, yeah. can you tell the numbers in the 3 series are starting to kind of bleed together? Oh, man, these guys do a phenomenal job. Still one big pack. I think the only guy that's all in the back right now is the 90 or 95 of Papa Bear. But look at us behind the leader. Here's the 8 of Augustus. Augustus almost didn't make it. I think no, he's not going to be here on Thursday. He's going to be at the beach with his family, enjoying some 4th of July festivities. So, Goose, man, we'll definitely miss you on Thursday night, rocking those 00 buckshot numbers, right, Boehner? But for the lead, it's going to be the 11 of Parzival down low, 84 of Cheeseburger, 8 car of Augustus, giving that 84 a big shove on that high line. Here comes the 11 down low with the 36 of Jay Quim, trying to keep that 11 up to par. Falling back just a little bit. There's 28 of Boehner now also on the high side. Looks like one car got loose and might have gone through. Nope, he's able to save it. Good job. I mean, what a run into the corner. Way to dive that under the 11. Keep it pinned to the bottom line. Not wash up. Just enough wheel. And guys, all these guys are still under presets. They haven't changed a thing. No caution has flown, nothing like that. This time by when either Cowboy or Boehner pass the start strike. I'll grab us a lap count. Looks like it's going to be right around 18 laps to go. Hello, everybody. Glad you're here. Again, let's see. Okay, I just want to make sure that everything still looked pretty good on the stream. But yeah, again, I'm Repeat. Good to see you. I call all the races for NNR. If this is your first time here, please be sure to go on up, slam that follow, just like you're seeing some of these guys slam on those back bumpers. Make sure you leave the notifications on so you know every time we go live. NNR is a phenomenal community. Do a lot of things together away from the track as well. Go to races. Hang out outside of here if we live close. Man, it's always a great time. But catching up now with the 28 of Boehner, 39 of Master killing him, giving him a big shove down the backstretch. Looks like he's going to stay right with that 11 and the 84 of Cheeseburger up front. These, I mean, look at the separation. You've got first through, well, I don't know, 10th or 12th, all within a second of each other. It's just like Daytona or Talladega, except right now they are 3 wide for the lead. Starting to see some people get a little loose coming off the corner. You saw Master Killer. You see the rear end kind of get a little wiggly, little loose, and he's going to want to fix that. That means he started probably on a higher preset, and as the race is going on, the tires are wearing, the fuel is burning off, the cars are getting lighter. He doesn't have the same amount of grip that he had in the beginning of the race. So he's losing, he's losing a little bit of time coming off the corner. But again, another battle here for first place between the 11 and 84 of Cheese. Cheese started on the pole and has been up front all race long. Really hasn't fallen back too far. And if J-Pa was out there in chat right now, he'd be extremely happy with this inside line. The 84 of Cheese, 39 of Master Killer. Both are members of the J-Pa Army. You hear me, HD and I talk about them quite a bit on Thursday night. Here they are pushing really strong on that bottom line. And also here comes the 18 of NNR Cowboy working his way on the bottom line. They are still side by side, making it 3 wide for about 3rd or 4th right there. A lot of phenomenal racing on all around this track. 14 laps remaining here in stage 1 before these guys get a break to make it on down pit road, get some changes in. Not quite sure why the camera does that every time it goes by turn 4, but man, these guys are putting on one hell of a show. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing, who's going to be able to be in the right place, who's going to move their pawns around that chessboard, who's going to be able to capture that king and queen at the end and really just come away with it. But right now, that 8 car of Augustus is all over the back bumper of that 11 of Parzival, pushing him solidly through. As you can see, it looks like we lost a little bit of the pack. I'm going to guess green flag pit stops are underway. Yep, as you see, these guys signaling that they'll be coming down pit road this time by. So this is probably one of the biggest challenges for Michigan, is coming off these very, very fast, wide, sweeping corners and trying to get it woed down to pit road speed before you have any kind of an issue. And it looks like Parzival looks like he's going to be able to get that done just right. And a few more are going to stay out that time. Here comes the first band of cars that went in the first time around. Here's following along with the 36 of Jay Quim, keeping it under that yellow line, not to impede any possible oncoming traffic. Getting through the gears, got the 84 Cheeseburger right in front of him, so they're going to try to get back up to speed as quickly as possible. There's the 66 of old Mike Honcho now, right behind the 19 of Cowboy. 81 is Mitty now. I believe that he's probably your leader. 29 of Boehner right there with him on the outside. As soon as the green flag pit stops are complete, I'll try to go ahead and get us a new running order. I still believe might be a few guys out there left that have not pit yet. Yep, as a matter of fact, the streams that I've got going right now to help me with the lap count and cautions and things like that, the streams of the 19 of Cowboy and the 28 of Boehner, both of them should be pitting. I would imagine this time by. Their fuel lights are on. They got to be hurt. Oh, somebody checked up a little bit more than somebody else. That's definitely going to hurt. I'm guessing the 19 couldn't get checked up in enough time. That did a ton of damage to that car, and I don't think he was expecting to see somebody so hard on the brakes right there. I think that was the 8 of Augustus that he got into. We'll have to check out the rear end of the 8 as when they, after they get back out on track. There's the 9 of Q-Dog. 98 of Bowling. Bowling's kind of by himself. Right now anyway. There's the 95 of Papa Bear getting his 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods. Fill it up on Sunoco Racing Fuel. Should be making his way out pretty soon. I'm going to guess a little shot in the back end that Augustus took ended up giving him a black flag as he's still on pit road. Very unfortunate for that 8 car. Bent fast. He's definitely, I'm sure he can't wait for that stage break to come. Next time by, I'll go ahead and grab a lap count. That way I know exactly where we are with that. Something tells me this is probably the race for the lead right here with the 11, the 39 of Mashler, and the 84 of Cheeseburger down low as they're going to come 3 wide. Oh, Mash Killer moved it on down right in front of his good buddy 84 of Cheese, and that was a little close. That could have ended kind of bad. But they know each other. There's the 36 of Jay Quim right in the mix as well. Again, once all pit stops are done, I'll try to grab us a lap count again. All right. Right now it looks like actually it looks like this guy right here, the 66 of Mike Honcho with the 28 of Boehner are your current leaders. This is with about 8 laps to go, and they've got quite a bit of a gap back to that pack. Now, if that pack wants to catch up to these guys and maybe even, depending on where they catch them, maybe try to move on by, they better get formed up and get to racing like the 28 of Boehner and the 66 of Mike Honcho are doing right now. Now, Boehner, he knows that he's in pretty good point position. He's about positive he's going to roll on through all the way to Atlanta and be fighting for his first NNR championship right here in 2020. 7 laps remaining here in stage 1. Starting to see those 4 cars behind these 2 starting to get a little bit bigger. You know that draft plays huge here at Michigan, so we'll have to see just how much longer the 66 and the 28 are going to be able to hold these guys back. But it looks like the 11, I think that is nope, it's actually going to be trying to get back here. Hold on, I'm getting there. There we go. Yeah, they absolutely caught him. It was the 11 of Parzival as they go 3 wide for the lead right here. 66 of Mike Honcho in the middle. 28 of Boehner using that very, very high line. And we should be around to about 6 laps to go. Parzival definitely made very, very quick work of those 2. Able to use that draft to just completely sling himself right on by. Didn't really seem like... I mean, it looked like they were saying still. That or Mike Honcho just said, you know what? I know you're still running for your championship. You go on. I'm not even going to bother trying to hold you up. And, yeah, that put the 11 of Parzival to the lead with the 28 and the 66 right there behind him with the old cheeseburger. 5 laps remaining here in stage 1. Big pack behind this 11 right now. None of them are really right there with him. It's kind of strange, but that just seems like he's pulling away, like he's on cars on rails. Even though he's got a pack of 4 right there behind him, that just goes to show the strength of that 11 tonight. Jay Quint right now in P3, right behind the 84 of Cheeseburger. I don't even know if he wants to be called Cheeseburger anymore. That's how I originally got to know him. But Old Cheese, 39 of Master Killer to Jay Quim's inside. 28 of Boehner right behind Jay Quim. Looks like your first. Well, yeah, your top 5 pretty much nose to tail with just a little bit of the separation between first and second. Again, your leader is still the 11 of Parzival. Master Killer in 4th, Jay Quim 3rd, Cheese in 2nd, and the one and only Boehner right there right now in P5. This time, that time by was 4 laps remaining here in stage 1. So right now, Parzival is in position to grab max stage points. Definitely have to see if these can kind of get lined up and see if they can do anything with this 11 here in the closing laps of the first stage. See if anyone's going to be able to pull up, maybe use the slingshot the same way the 11 did, and work their way on by, steal those points from him. I mean, he's not running for the championship. Jay Quim's not running for the championship. Master Killer, I believe he might still be. I've got to double check the points. Boehner definitely is. Your top 8 in the championship standings is still scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So definitely be sure if one of those guys is the driver you follow. Well, now you know where they are. Those points are up to date. Just a very, very short 3-point margin between Asbel and Boehner. Then you got Bowling, Augustus, NNR Boy and Parzival. Both of them are tied for points. And then behind them, it's Fatless Dig and then Q-Dog. So a whole lot of points are out there to be grabbed tonight. 1 lap remaining, so we're going to work our way back up to the 11 of Parzival. Looks like he's still holding these guys at bay. Nobody's been able to pull up to his back bumper since the first round of green flag pit stops. And behind him, he's got 4 very fast, hungry cars. They just have not been able to catch him. Off of 3 and 4 for the last time here in stage 1. Parzival's going to come across the line, steal max stage points. Congratulations, Pars. Hell of a job. Way to get on and off pit road and work on that setup that seems pretty damn dominant right now. That is the end of stage 1. Looks like Jay Quim's brought it home second, or Cheese did, and then Jay Quim right around third. So congratulations to those guys. Excuse me. In the meantime, I'm going to take a quick commercial break here. Let's go ahead and let's go to NNR League. Here we go.
Hey NNR fans, are you looking for a way to rep your favorite NASCAR Heat Preset League on Xbox Live? Look no further. Just go to nnrleague.com, scroll down to the Zazzle tab, and see what we have to offer. From t-shirts to hoodies to clocks, we have everything you need to show your support. Thanks for being the best fans, and we hope to see you at the track repping that NNR red.
All right, back at it. As always, you don't miss a thing. Anytime we take a commercial break for our stages, it's going to be the 39 of Master Kill with the 11 of Parsable, who's outside, 36 of Jay Quim, and 28 of Boehner in P4, and then the 84 of Cheeseburger to round out your top 5, taking it too wide already, staying too wide, I should say. All the way through turns 1 and 2. Master Killer looks like he might have got a little loose right there, but able to hold on, didn't really fall below the white, so nobody behind him was able to advance their position. But with this being the first lap in stage 2, right now the 11 of Parsable is right where he left off. Up front, Cheeseburger and the 36 of Jay Quims and all these other guys right behind him, just a little bit closer than he'd probably like. Saw somebody kind of lose it there off 4. Not sure if that was due to contact or not, but this pack, they're fighting hard. Here is that 36 of Quim lining up behind the 11 with the 28 of Boehner giving him a big old shot down the backstretch. Same thing with the 66 of Mike Honcho giving Boehner a big old push. By the way, guys, if after these races are done and they're no longer on Twitch, please look up my YouTube channel. Under the same name, Repeat 1975. All of the races from the NNR season, the Xfinity, the Cup, and the truck races are all on that channel. So if you want to go back at any point, watch any of the races, they're all right there for you for your enjoyment. Please feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Always trying to change things up a little bit, do something a little extra. That's the whole purpose behind the camera that you guys are seeing right now. So I'm glad you guys finally got a little bit of a face to put to the voice. As much as I love to call these NNR races, I'm glad that I can finally, see you guys too. Well, not physically, I can't see your face, but you know what I mean. Gonna keep on going through here. 19 at Cowboy. Fighting now with the 66 of Mike Honcho down below, right behind 84 of Cheese. Cheese definitely has a very, very fast car. Now the 19 is drawing a little bit of a bead on the 81 of Smitty on that high side. The high side can be very good when you're trying to save a little bit of tire. If you think about it, you're really in the corner, and if you can steer your way off the corner, you're not scrubbing off as much speed as someone that's really on the bottom where they got to put more wheel into it and kind of keeping it pinched down all the way through. They can you could definitely save some tire on that high side, but at the same time it's the longest way around, so you tend to burn up a little bit more fuel. But look at this pack. They're like, if any of y'all out there have seen the Mighty Ducks, they were just in like the Duck V formation. That was pretty cool. Still a big battle all the way through. These races are anybody's race. God Power, what's happening? How are you, sir? Looks like 39 of Master Killer took it on down pit road. I'm guessing he's probably in his fuel window, so he figured might as well come on down, grab his 4 fresh tires, and work his way back out on track. Not sure if the 98 of Bowling right there was signaling that he was going to be down next, or if he just got loose. We'll have to see. Nope, it looks like he might have just got a little loose right there. But looking on from the 9 of Q Dog, pushing this 81 of Smitty all the way down the back stretch, or the front stretch rather. This time by, I'll go ahead and grab a lap count. I can tell you they've all got about 14 laps left in the tank, and there's 21 to go. Yeah, God Power, if you need to chat after the race for a little bit, if you're still awake, or if you need to chat with me at any point, man, just send me an IM. You know, I'm always around. But yeah, looking at that 9 of Q Dogs, looking pretty good right now. He's one of the ones a little bit further back in the points. Definitely needs to try to make up as many as he can. And right now on that bottom line behind the 84 Cheese is J-Paw Army member. 39, the 9, and the 84. They all run in the series with J-Paw, which from what I understand, NAR, the league that J-Paw runs, is going to be disbanding, and after 10 years, that's got to be a pretty hard thing to do. Whole lot of memories, whole lot of friends that were made, a lot of laps turned, a lot of practicing in books. So J-Paw, I'm glad that you're, if you're out there tonight, glad that you're here with us in NNR. Definitely don't want you to go anywhere. We won't be disbanding anytime soon, but after 10 years, man, I'm sure that it's definitely taken a little bit of a toll, but I'm sure there's also a lot of great memories that you've got out there as well. Going to keep working our way through the field here. Looks like the 95 of Pop Bear had some issues. He's on pit road, so Pop Bear's an early retiree. Kind of catching back up now. Looks like the 98 of Bowling is in the lead with the 8 car of Augustus in the rocking out that middle line right now. The 11 of Parzival is going to try to work his way to the outside. Here comes the 36 of Jay Quims, 84 of Cheeseburger, 81 of Smitty behind. Definitely got some very, very fast cars out here. Look at the momentum that high line has all the way through. Now we'll see how Cheese is able to get into the corner on the bottom, hook up with Bowling right in front of him, pull himself off the corner, wash up a little bit towards the wall so he's not scrubbing off too much speed, keep the momentum of the car. He's going to actually pull underneath. Hold on, let's see, who is that there? Okay, so that's actually the 28 of Boehner to the lead now with the 8 car of Augustus, 39 of Master Killer down low, 11 of Parzival, and then the old 9 that I was just talking about. He's still lurking. The sights and sounds of Michigan, gotta love it. Got you, God Power. Well, I don't, man, family and life first, buddy. I completely get it. If it's an outdoor graduation party, and it rained, probably won't be there. But absolutely, family and life first. Those are, those are memories that you may want later on. So don't even worry about it, bud. 87 of Fattless Dig, something that happened with him. He's a little bit further in the back now. Looks like this pack is slightly broken up. I did see somebody kind of plug the wall just a little bit, so they're going to have to try to pull themselves back together. 84 and the 36 of Jay Quinn side by side. Right now, everybody's being led around by the 28 of Boehner with the 11 of Parzival very, very close in tow. I'll go ahead and actually work my way back up there right now. There you go. Here's your leader. Again, the 11 of Parzival, very, very close in tow. Then you got the 8 car of Augustus, and I think that was the 84 of Cheeseburger. But yeah, this is the battle for the lead right now. That pack behind, trying to get a little organized, try to run down these 2 leaders, or these 2 front runners rather. Next time by, as you see them going by the start stripe right there, I'm going to go ahead and grab us a lap count, and we'll do that right now. 14 laps remaining. Let's find out where old F&L Bowling is. There he is, pushing the 36 of Jay Quims down this back stretch. It looks like they're kind of lined up, trying to grab a little bit of a draft off the 81 of Smitty, a bit further in the back, but that's, I'm sure it's not by design, but they are absolutely dogging off the corner, really trying to catch up the best that they can. I mean, they're doing a great job. They just need to stay kind of tucked in with each other, get into the corner a little bit better. Looks like the 36 of Jaquim washes up a little bit more than Bowling would probably like. But then again, you carry a little bit more momentum off that high side, but you scrub a little bit of tire off that bottom line. These guys will all have to make one pit stop, which I would imagine probably coming pretty soon. As I look at the streams of both Boehner and Cowboy, they've got 5 laps left in the tank, so they'll all be coming down pit road, and you can absolutely some great time up working your way down pit road as well as coming off. Some people, again, running those newer wheels and shifters, you can absolutely get an advantage using the shifter off of somebody that uses the paddles. Sometimes it seems like you gain as much of a tenth off those shifters. They definitely help. All right, looks like the 11 of Parsable was able to get on by the 28 of Boehner. A little bit of a challenge now by the 8 car of Augustus. He's to the outside. Looks like a few cars are starting to take that pit road option to get on down. Grab those 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, fill it up on Sunoco Race Fuel, get back out there. The only thing is, I think Boehner and only one other went down there. Yep, there's Boehner. Boehner's actually by himself. So when he comes out, he's really going to have to use, he's one of those guys with the shifter, he's really going to have to use that equipment to try to get back up to speed as quickly as possible and keep as much of the track position that he can because these guys that were still in track were doing a whole lot of drafting, and their speeds are going to be much greater than anybody that's driving by themselves. So, matter of fact, I'm going to get back to Boehner right now as he's coming off pit road and going down the backstretch. I'm going to stay with him here and see just how much time he might have lost. Hopefully, it's not too much. Again, Boehner is not sitting in a must-win situation. All the stage and bonus points and win points that he got during the season absolutely helped him out. Been following him all through these stages, and we'll have to see as he comes through 1 and 2 right here who he's going to start to catch, if anybody, as they've come off pit road. But with him pitting early right now, he's in 7th place, and you don't see that pack in front of him at all right now. So we'll have to see next time on by. I've been running a pretty good line, pretty smooth all the way down on that, pretty close to the white line, keeping it steady. Man is very, very solid on that wheel, not a whole lot of sawing. And right now he's in 7th, so that lap that he went in by himself versus in the draft, that cost him quite a few spots. I'm going to work my way back through. We got 9 laps remaining here in Stage 2. Speaking of Stage 2, guys, anybody out there that doesn't already know, on Thursday night before the end of Stage 2, get your votes in for who you think is going to be your top 3. There's 70 or 75 bucks in Microsoft cash up for grabs. Only one person has correctly guessed the top 3, and that was Boinana. At I don't even remember what track it was, but he got it right. He got himself a Microsoft code. But yeah, since then nobody's got it. J Pies has put up some money. The one and only Boehner's put up some money. I think it's I'm pretty sure it's like 70 bucks on Thursday night. So on Thursday night before the end of Stage 2, come on out, cast your vote for who you think is going to be the top 3. They don't have to be in any certain running order. It just needs to be the correct 3 drivers. You got to have your vote in there first, and you've got to be there at the end when we call the name. Otherwise, the money carries over to Homestead the following week. Dan the Lawn Man's out there calling out old Jay Quim. Yeah, Dan, Jay Quim's been out here, been very, very fast all night long in that 36. It's great to see him back on track again. I'll actually go ahead and find him for you. There he is. He's kind of running by himself right now. Let me see if I can grab us a full running order. Right now, Boehner's in the lead, Bowling, Parsville, Smitty, and Augustus. So the 28 of Boehner right now is in the lead with about a 3-second gap over the 98 of Bowling. Let's go ahead and actually find that battle. There's the 11 of Parsville. This is a battle for third and fourth right now with Augustus right behind. Oh, Donnie Q-Dog using a little bit of that front right to, I know he didn't do it on purpose, but kind of got into the back of the 19 of Cowboy just a little bit. Q-Dog's got some help from the 84 of Cheese. There's the 84 of Old Cheeseburger. All right, but right now, here is your leader. Again, 28 of Boehner, 11 of Parsville, 81 of Smitty, 98 of Bowling, and the 8 car of Augustus. That is that's your top 5. Parsville won stage 1, so got max stage points then. Looks like right now, Parsville is kind of tracking this 28 down. Just when I mentioned it a moment ago, he was 2.5 seconds back. Now he's down to 1.2 seconds, and he is coming with a full head of steam. Got a very, very big push from the 81 of Smitty to see if he's able to get up there and challenge him. Smitty is definitely giving him a big old push all the way down that backstretch into the corner. The time between first and second right now is now under a second, and as you see there, you see the 28 of Boehner trying to break that draft, but it's not gonna be needed. They are there, but it looks like we got 3 laps remaining. Looks like the 11 of Parsville didn't have anywhere to go with that run. Here comes the 11 to the outside now with a big push from the 81 of Smitty. So Smitty, your Xfinity Series owner, definitely playing a big role in how this all comes on through. Stout Willie, you need an invite. Are you out here, sir? I don't hear you. I still don't hear you. All right, but yeah, I'll get you an invite right now.
You're a big timer.
Hey, there you are. Good to hear your voice, buddy. Yeah, I'll get you an invite right now. I'm guessing you are showing offline. All right, 1 second.
Yeah, my fault. I'm just so used to doing it just to hide from people.
You're good, bud. You're good. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Just got back from my folks' house. Went to visit my mom and dad and spent some time with them. So it was nice to hang out with them. But I actually just clicked on the broadcast and was able to see Parsville and Smitty powered by Boehner. And it sounded like you said Parsville won the first stage. So I'm excited about getting here and calling this action with you.
Yeah, right now Boehner's got moved back to third. As you said, Paul and the 81 of Smitty were able to power on by the outside of that 28 machine. Parsville has an absolute hot rod. He has all race long. To close out the first stage, he had like a good 2-second gap to second and third. And he looks like he's going to close out stage 2 right here with another, max stage points win right there. Smitty came in second. Looks like Boehner's going to be in third, Cowboy in fourth, and Q-Dog's going to round out your top 5. So great power run by the 9 as well. But as you know, guys, during these stages, we take a quick little commercial break. Y'all want to know how to follow NNR on Facebook and Twitter and all that? Well, let's go ahead and take a quick look at this little commercial break. I'm going to crack a cold bottle of water, and we'll be right back. Here you go.
Hey NNR fans, don't miss any of the action by following or subscribing to Repeat's Twitch channel. Turn on notifications and you'll always know when the best preset league on Xbox hits the track. Check out his YouTube channel too to see all of NNR's past races. Follow No Name Racing as well as Repeat 1975 and others on Twitter, and you'll never miss any of the action.
All right, that was brief. Yeah, we're going to be back under green here in just a second. Wreak Havoc, thank you very much for the follow, sir. For all those that have just joined, thank you very much. I'm Repeat, Stout Whiskey also in the booth with me. This is the NNR Xfinity Series live from Michigan International Speedway. Looks like we got the 28 of Boehner with the 11 of Parzival out front, 81 of Smitty, kind of pushing right along where he was before. A little bit of a challenge down low here, Stout.
Yeah, absolutely, man. See him lined up there on the bottom, and it's like Boehner's going to check out here and get behind. I know these guys run 2 times wear, so I wonder if, fuel mileage would come into play here with, I guess it's about 60 laps or so to go. Maybe Boehner missed a shift there. I don't know. So,
yep, I can actually go ahead and grab us a lap count to find out for sure. But with that very jumbled up restart, it's going to be Cowboy in P1, Parzival second, Smitty third, Q-Dog in fourth, and then the 98 of Bowling. And yep, 61 laps make up stage 3. And God Power's asking, who's Stout Whiskey? Never heard of him before.
What's up, GP? Glad to see you're tuning in, man. Look forward to you being able to return back to racing. I hope you enjoy your brother's graduation.
Sorry about that. I had to go ahead and reset my mic. There we go. Now I can hear you better.
I'm not sure who it was, man, but you think about this, and I wasn't here at the beginning with you, but with Aswell having to work and miss the race, and if prize ticket here, make sure they get in the Final Four at Atlanta.
All right, sorry about that. My mic for some reason it cut out. I heard you say think about this, and then it stopped. What'd you say, sir?
I was saying, this is, especially with Aswell being at work, having to work late and missing the race, and Boehner actually went down pit road there, I guess about 2 laps ago. This is going to be interesting, man, to see. You see Q-Dogs leading the race here. We talk about Q-Dogs, possibly Cowboy Matt. Bolin and Parzival are pretty sound in points. I know Augustus didn't get his practice pick in, so he didn't get to race. So this is this could be shaping up, man, where we get somebody that nobody expected in the Final Four. This would be pretty sweet.
Man, absolutely. I started talking about Daytona, Talladega, and then Michigan. Michigan is kind of like another great equalizer. We saw Bowling get it done the other night in trucks. It was great to see him get his 5th win of the season, and now he can go to Homestead and Martinsville over the next couple weeks for the last 2 races in this elimination round, or in the eliminator round rather, and he doesn't have to worry about a thing now. He can go there, have a good time. He's looking forward to Martinsville, though. He thinks that's probably going to be his best for his 6th win of the season. Yeah, saw that too, but it looks like they were able to hold on to it.
Well, that stings for Cowboy Matt, man, because not only did he just go down pit road, but he was definitely speeding. So that's going to hurt big time.
Oh, I missed that part, but I'm with him now.
Yeah, you got Q-Dog out here leading the race. You got Cheese pushing him. You got Master Killer. I'm glad Master Killer was able to get a copy of the game again.
Yep.
The 36 car there of Quim. So, nothing against those guys that usually dominate, man. But this is cool to see some of these other guys getting racy and doing it up, especially somewhere here at Michigan, which is basically, especially in presets, it's a super speedway. You're hauling tail, and you stick nose to tail unless and the only way that really breaks up the pack or whatever is green flag pit stops.
I got to tell you right now, J-Pa Army, first through third, Q-Dog, Cheeseburger, and the 39, a Master Killer, all nose to tail right now, pushing, going into the top three with the 98 of Bowling very, very close behind. Master Killer giving a little bit, came off the bottom just a little bit and allowed the 98 to get under him. But J-Pa Army running first through third. What a sight to see. I wish J-Pa was actually out there right now so he can enjoy these guys really working very well together. And, man, they're getting it done. Like I said, Q-Dog's still in the lead.
Yeah, Q-Dog's he's showing some speed here and some strength, especially being out front, especially being a draft track and the way the draft works on this. You would expect that these guys would, be able to get up there and pass him back. It looks like Boland's actually trying to make a move now, but, Q-Dog controlled the field there for the last 4 or 5 laps here.
Yeah, like at Talladega and Daytona, when you're up high, you got a good line behind you. If the bottom line forms, you drop down and you can try to block that line. And it doesn't always work because the drafts move very, very quick. I think here at Michigan, you could probably control the 2 lines a whole lot easier. Like, okay, I thought maybe the caution came out. They kind of got into the first half of that corner pretty slow. But yeah, battle for the lead right now.
Yeah, and there is Augustus. Augustus is racing, so my bad to Augustus. He just, I don't know if he got loose there. He drilled the, who was that? I think it was Parzival. Flip through back here and find out who that is exactly. Augustus came down the track and hit Parzival there, Tad. So Parzival won the first 2 stages, you said, maxed out his points?
Yep, Parzival maxed out.
Solid.
The first 2 stages, absolutely. So he was in a dead heat tie with Cowboy Matt, or NNR Cowboy. I keep calling him Cowboy Matt. But that's how I got to know the guy. As a tie for like 4th and 5th. I mean, they're 60 or 57, something like that. 67. No. 56 points behind your current leader, the 28 of Boehner as far as points go. But with max stage points won by that 11, that's going to shoot him up dramatically. And then if he's actually able to get it all done tonight in that hot rod he's got, that's going to shake it up even more.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And just look at this, dude. Like Q-Dog's still controlling the field. He's working back and forth, kind of like some of the stuff you saw last night when Tom or Aviator got in front. They can kind of control both lines, and if one line was lagging behind, kind of get up in front of them and pull them back up, make them race side by side. But he's holding strong here.
Yeah, but you know what? Q-Dog's got help. Bowling, he doesn't have any. The 9 has the 84 cheese. He's got the 36. He's got the 39. I mean, he's got I mentioned the 84. He's got a lot of help. I don't know if anybody's really go up high to really help Bowling. J-Pa Army is very, very strong tonight. Talk about strong. Just saw the 11 of Parzival completely drive by the 36. Parzival said, white line on the bottom going down the backstretch. What white line? What are you talking about? He used the draft from the 36 of Jay Quimp to pull himself right on by below that white. And, man, there's no out of bounds. We talk about Daytona and Daytona, a little bit of comparison. There's no out of bounds on this track. He used that pull that he got off that 36 perfectly, was able to complete the path, moved himself up to P3.
That's crazy because, you think about it, Parzival was just back there in, 9th or 10th here behind. He was in the back of this field after Augustus had sideswiped him and got into him. But, like you were saying, a couple of minutes ago, man, if he's going to be able to pass this, he's going to have to get some commitment from some of these other guys because I imagine, Q-Dog, Masters is staying on his rear end. And if Cheese can get back up there, it's just going to be hard to pass them, especially with them working together.
Oh, very, very strong. And they're lined up on the bottom. there's no way that they're going to not help Q-Dog, especially when they know Q-Dog is running for a championship. He's sitting, I think, last right now in points, but he can get up there with a little bit of help from his buddies. That's exactly, what's going to push him through, or at least get him a great, who knows, top 5. But, man, look at this 11 on the outside. Now he's got a little bit of help out with, I think that's the 98, if I'm not mistaken. And Parsville, he's got a piece under him tonight, Stout.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he's, it's crazy because, we've talked about Parsville, especially, just how consistent he is. And it's like tonight, man, he's flexing a little bit of muscle. So definitely nice to see him, step out and say, hey, man, I've got a dominant car, and I'm going to show you guys by winning the first 2 stages, see if he can close it out here and get this final stage win.
Yeah, and you know what? He's actually, if it was me and I could picture you saying this, definitely HD saying this, if Parsville really wanted to minimize the amount of racing room that the 9's got going through these corners, Parsville should be all the way down on that 9's door, pinching him to the line to where he can't really gas it up coming off the corner, but he's not doing that. Parsville is taking a very, very wide entry and exit all the way through the corner, and he's still staying right there with the 9. He's got some help from Jay Quim, just like the 9 has some help from the 39 of Master Killer. Stout, they're still side-side, 3, 4, 5 rows deep here.
Yeah, well, and the difference with the Xfinity cars is, you can keep these things wound up, and you can stay on the gas a lot more than you can with the Cup cars in the corner. So if he's able to do that, and especially coming up the corner, the high side, you're gonna be able to carry a little bit more speed. And he's got some help there with Jay Quims. Looks like Augustus is going back, back and forth between the low lines, like he's picking the high line now. So it's gonna be fun, man. Especially, hopefully, if we make it to green flag pit stops, all these guys are able to get on off and on clean, where they can stay together like this and race it out.
Well, green flag pit stops, I would imagine, probably coming up pretty soon. Looking at Boehner's stream, he's got 6 laps of fuel left in the tank. There's 47 laps left in tonight's race. Again, this is the middle race, right in the middle of the final round of the 2020 NNR chase. I mean, there's only 2 tracks left. We got Homestead next week. We got Martinsville after that, and then we're bringing it all to an end for the season. Just before we kick off on Heat 5, we head to Atlanta. It's 3 very, very short weeks, Stout. Man, it's been a lot of fun, but it ain't over yet. I ain't ready to put a bow tie on this yet.
Hey, you better not, man, because there's still a lot of racing, a lot of stuff to be decided between now and Atlanta, especially with these guys wrapping up Michigan tonight. A couple guys got Michigan, and then all 3 groups will have Homestead and Martinsville before we go to Atlanta. So there's a lot of racing left. Augustus just owned the wall. I think he got loose there coming out of the turn 2. Might have made contact with Fatless there, but looks like the most part they're able to continue on. And as we're blabbering along, man, Parsville's able to finally clear Q-Dog, and he's now running the bottom.
Yep, Parsville's got that line working. He's got that car working more than that line, and still got the 39 of Master Killer, very, very faithful to this 9. 9's going to wash up. I don't think that was where Master Killer wanted to go, but he was able to fall right back in behind Q-Dog. Behind them, they got the 84 of Cheese running the top line. Starting to see some people motion that they're going to be taking it down pit road this time by.
We're right here with Q's. I know he's pitting. See how he gets on and off pit road. It's like Q is slowing down entirely too much.
Yep, I was on with the 84 cheeseburger right then, and Stout, you're still doing about $1.60 through these corners. You got to figure it's extremely hard to get these cars wound down in time, so you're not getting any kind of a black flag. Maybe that's what Q-Dog is afraid of. He knows that he's got a pretty good piece, doesn't want to get caught speeding down pit road, have to serve a penalty, and completely lose the pack. So, might be just erring on the side of caution, and we know that the draft in this place is huge, so might be able to himself back up, depending on how much or how many people he's got to work with. Actually, there's Q-Dog out there in chat. Man, that was fun. I sputtered coming to pit road from turn 3. So Q-Dog, a little bit of play-by-play as he's getting his pit stop done. How about that?
Right, that's nice to know. I mean, especially with, and he's probably right. Those other guys, I mean, you know, if J-Pod's Army pitted with him, they probably could have won another lap or so. But you got to remember, Q-Dog led considerable amount of those laps there, and you know, being that lead car, you're not going to be able to save gas like those guys are behind you.
I'm really curious though, Stout. How did Q-Dog have enough time to type all that out before getting back out on track? You only get like 12 or 15 seconds.
Q-Dog's got he's got like 6 monitors up in his house, man. He's got one. He's listening to us, dude. He's got stereo sound going on. He's racing. And he's all on it, man.
Hats off to you, Q-Dog, man. You're a beast, dude. Oh, but see if I can't grab us a lap count and hopefully a new top 5 when all the pit stops are done. But Q-Dog, man, thanks for the play-by-play, sir. Here's the 98 of Bowling. God Power, old NNR GP was out there asking about him before. 8 car of Augustus all by himself right now. Looks like the 84 of Cheeseburger still got the 39 of Master Killer right there with him. Kind of washing up, get a great arc into turns 1 and 2. And they got the 36 of Jay Quims pushing right along. Boehner working his way out of pit road right now, merging in down the backstretch. Really no traffic to worry about, so clean entry. Just get back up to speed. Everybody's going to be on 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, a full tank of racing fuel. 40 more laps remaining here in the Xfinity race for the NNR series right here from Michigan.
Yes, I guess after green flag pit stops here, Cheese is the leader. And didn't Parzival pitted with that group? Did he speed?
Parzival did pit with that group. I don't know if he sped or not. Not 100% sure. As soon as Boehner flips through his menus a little bit, I'll try to grab a new top 5. Cowboy right now is actually turning on down the pits. I'm riding along with Mike Honcho. There's the 81 of Smitty. He was up front before. Looks like they're getting about 20 laps of fuel, so everybody will have to make one more pit stop here, Stout.
Yeah, Parzival's in his own zip code, man. He's by himself, so he must have sped getting on the pit road there.
It's absolutely very possible. I can tell you right now, Boehner is in 11th, and as soon as Cowboy works his way back out on track, he's actually leaving pit road right now. I'll try to grab us a new top 5 or somewhere around there anyway. Right now, just kind of looking for a small pack to keep up with. Right now, looks like the main 3. Cheese in the 84, 39 of Master Killer, 36 of Jay Quinn. They could be your top 3. It's kind of what it was looking like before. I can tell you, Parzival, that you just asked about, he is 1 lap down. So, yes, something happened with Smitty behind him, Boehner in 11th, Cowboy in 12th, and Papa Bear so far right now is the sole car out. So, Papa Bear, if you're out there in chat, man, great race tonight, sir. Unfortunately, got you lagged out. Chrome Capone, what's happening, sir? How are you? Chrome saying, hey, Stout.
What up, Chrome?
I'm really looking at their track map. The leader right now is going into turn 3 and 4, and that's right where the 84 of Cheese and the 39 of Master Killer are with this 36 of Jay Quinn pushing them around. So I'm going to guess that this trio is actually for first through third with 37 laps remaining here, Stout.
Yeah, you got these guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say you got these three guys here drafting and kind of just pulling down their own. Q-Dog is in fourth, kind of on his own island. And then it looks like fifth and sixth place is the cars of Bowling and Augustus. So I take that back. Who else is it? 3, 4. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's Bowling and Augustus are in fifth and sixth place.
I tell you what, Stout, I think you need to text J-Pa and get him to tune in. Let him know that 2 of his J-Pa Army members are running P1, P2, being led by that 84 of Cheeseburger. Or I'm not gonna call him Cheeseburger anymore. But Cheese, as well as 39 of Master Killer having a great piece, and Jay Quim right here in P3. What a phenomenal show up front. Very, like you said a little bit ago, nice to see some new faces up front, man.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's actually I messaged J-Pod. I was, sent him a couple of expletives, and I had Q-Dog and Master and Jesus' name in there mixed in, but yeah, he's on vacation, man. I doubt. I mean, of course, he wants to hear that his guys, his friends are running good, but he's at the beach, man. I don't think he's going to be tuning into this.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wouldn't either. At the beach, what's that line from that old Con Air movie? I'd be a little upset if I missed out on a little bit of how'd it go? Mai Tai bikinis. And I don't know what the hell it was, but yeah, I get you, man. Beach is a lot of fun. My wife actually just came back from the beach. Let's see, there's a 9 of Q-Dog talking about him running in fourth right now. 15 laps in the tank for Cowboy, 12 laps in the tank for Boehner. Now, you know what? Cowboy is running a bit further in the back. Everybody else pit 2 or 3 laps before he did. When he went in, and I read you that, or I told everybody that they can go 20 laps on a tank of fuel. He hit the mark right on the head. There was 40 laps to go. He went in with 20, went in and filled it up, so he's got 20 in the tank. He's only got to pit one more time. Everybody else that pit a couple laps before him, they might have to go in for a splash and go. I wonder if Cowboy might be a sleeper, Stout.
I would say Cowboy is a sleeper, but you got to remember he got a forced pit when he wrecked on the pit road there, and definitely got a speed penalty there at the beginning of this inning stage. So he's on a totally different strategy, not because it was his choice, but because he was force pitted and sped on pit road. So we'll see. I think you said he was a lap down. Is that correct?
No, Parzival was a lap down. He's actually still in the lead lap.
Well, if that's the case, then man, you're right, dude. Because if he's able to keep decent pace, let me see exactly where he's at. I think you said he was with Boehner. No, that's Fatlas with Boehner
right now. Coming off 2, going down the backstretch. Let's actually go ahead and catch up to that old 19 right now. There's a 19.
Yeah, so if Cowboy can follow here, that's the only thing, man. With him being by himself, he's going to be missing out on probably at least a lap, maybe 2 laps of fuel. So if he can ride around here and clutch it, and he's able to do that like what we were talking about, and those other guys aren't able to make it, he might be able to pull this off, because the amount of time you spend getting on pit road, even if you're coming in for a splash and go, man, it's going to be a good 30 or 40 seconds.
Yeah. And let's see. Next time, Boehner right now is in P10 out of 13. He's got 9 laps in the tank. Cowboy's got 11. I'll compare laps so Boehner says there's 30 to go. When Cowboy goes on by, if he's a lap down, his should say 31, but I don't think he's a lap down. I'll have to we'll have to double check next time by. In fact, he's coming off right now, catching up to the 66 of Mike Honcho, and he said 30 also. And so yeah, I think he might do all. J-Pa out there in chat, how you doing? I got to show you something. J-Pa, do you see these 2 cars right here? These 2 cars, 84 and the 39, with the 81 of Smitty back here with him as well as the 36 of Jake Wim. Guess who your current leaders are? I'll give you just a wild stab in the dark. J-Paw Army up front. Q-Dog led the whole bunch before. He's running P4, P5 right now. But that's right. Cheese is leading. 39 of Master Killer running P2, 81 of Smitty P3, and J Quim running right now in P4, 9 car running P5. Your Army is looking spectacular tonight, sir. You'll see me Thursday. All right. Well, I'll make a note of it, sir. I'll pencil you in, okay? But yeah, very, very nice, man. Here's the 8 car of Augustus and the 98 of Bowling. This is for about P7 or P8. Back up front again. Here's the 84 Cheese, 39, 36, and the 81. It's good to see the 36 of Jake Wynn back on track tonight. He actually sent out a tweet earlier today saying, yeah, he's making his return. Had to take care of some work stuff here recently. So good to see Jake Wynn right here running in the top 3. And man, we all know life and family. They've got they take precedence. So, but I'm glad to see Jake Wynn back here on track. But man, these cars of Cheese and 39 of Master Killer, they are doing phenomenal right now. Looks like there's 26 laps to go. Within the next 5 or 6 laps, we should see another round of green flag pit stops. I see you out there in chat hyping it up there, Stout. Good for you.
I'm messing with J-Paw because, J-Paw and Dan and myself, we work extensively on setups. So I was just messing with him, seeing if he sent what we're doing in the Cup car here Thursday night to these guys. But I know it's not.
Absolutely, J-Paw. Have one for me too. J-Paw, I tell you what, on there we go. See, G's just now signaling that he's going to be taking that car down pit road this time. We'll actually ride in with him, see just how much he's having to woe that thing up or where he starts getting on the brakes. You probably don't want to dip down below the white line too early, otherwise you might have an issue. Spin out might be a little slow there on his entry, but he's got the 36 of Jay Quinn with him right there, and the 9 of Q-Dog. He's going to come on down pit road as well. Asbull, what's happening, sir, out there in chat? How you doing? They're turning laps 101 out of 125, so 24 laps remaining here in the Xfinity race right here from Michigan. But I tell you, like I said before, we saw the 88 of Watt Racing get it done here on Sunday night. Right now, it looks like we may have Cheeseburger, the 39, the 36, or the 81, possibly contending for the win, depending on how they get on and off pit road. If anybody's able to beat their time in and time off. Chrome Capone, thank you very much for the follow. Same as Reek Havoc, thank you very much for the follow as well. Man, Asbull, just like I told somebody a little bit ago, man, family first. Don't even worry about it, bud. You got to work to pay your bills. NNR ain't gonna pay them for you. I promise you. Rock. Good to see you out there, sir. We are doing.
Man, we got the whole crew coming out of nowhere, man.
Right. Good to see everybody coming on out, hanging out. We got I think we're at 21 laps. Yep, 21 laps remaining here in the Xfinity race, and a damn good race. Before this round of green flag pit stops kicked off, had the 84 of Cheese up front, 39 of Master Killer. Right behind 36 of Jay Quinn and the 81 of Smitty were your top 4. Right now, it looks like Jay Quinn was able to get on by with Cheese very, very close in tow. So 36's first race back. He's got some pretty stiff competition. I'm sorry, I was slightly off on the lap count there. It's actually 22 to go here, Stout.
I'm going to tell you this, man. I don't know if Master's got a shifter or a clutch at least. But if he does, man, I think in this stage green, he's definitely in the driver's seat just because he's going to be. He was able to stay out a lap longer here than Cheese and the car of Jay Quims. So he might be in the catbird seat here, especially. It looks like he's going to try to close up on Quims, maybe draft him. As we saw, Cheese relinquish second place to Master and the lap down car there of Smitty. So Cheese is already in gas save mode. You can tell he's just going to put it around here.
Yep. Well, I tell you, we were talking about Cowboy before, right? Cowboy just hit 21. He's going through 1 and 2. I'm actually going to catch up with him right now. He's going through 1 and 2. I'm sorry, actually, history a little bit behind. But he's going to be pitting right here, right now. And Stout, this is going to leave him with 20 laps to go. He's in 10th place. So he's got this last pit stop. As I was watching Boehner's stream, he's got 20. He's not going to be able to make it. He's going to be like a lap or 2 short, unless I know he's got that shifter. He might be able to save just a little bit, but Cowboy, he can go all out. He's not going to have to save. I'm going to be very, very interested to see where this 19 ends up when it's all said and done here.
I'm very. I'll be honest with you. Even with Cheese saving, I don't think he'd be able to make it. So, if I was him, I would have went all out. And it looks like Q-Dog he's already trying to save too, put around. I really do. I'm with you. Just really depending on what Master can do here. If he can clutch it a little bit behind Quims and then use Quims to pull him to him. But you're right, man. Old Cowboy, he might be in the driver's seat here.
Yeah. He's actually coming out of the pits right now as guys are coming by. I'm going to try to find.
Parsons just got on pit road. I bet he's just going to take a splash since the tires aren't that old.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go ahead and try to find the 30. Okay, so here's the 36 in Jay Quim. He is coming. I think they might have put the 19 a lap down. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see. Boehner, as he came across the line, it said 19 to go. As Cowboys coming to the line right now, 19 to go. So, man, it's a toss-up. Those guys are 10th and 11th. I don't know. Or Boehner could be a lap down too, for all I know. We could be completely off. Just winging it, just like HD and I said, just winging it. But
I just watched Parsons come off pit road and Cheese is behind him, and Cheese needs to hold it wide open and use Parsons to pull him around here as long as he can. But I don't know if that's what Cheese is going to do. Good old fuel mileage, man.
Right, you gotta love it. I keep revisiting the spring race, the spring cup race here when Amor Smoke had the field in tow. He was up front, really digging, keeping everybody at bay, playing both lines like we were talking about earlier, and then he kind of got off the white line going through 3 and 4. That allowed the 88 of Dohar to get underneath him. Then the 21 of JCX12 got underneath him. Rose was to the outside, finished 4 wide, and Dohar ended up squeaking on by like .007. It was a phenomenal finish. I'm hoping for something like that again, either here tonight, even though they're a bit spread out, so I don't think it's going to happen. But at least on Thursday night, man, it's going to be a phenomenal. Again, 70 or 75 bucks on the line, Stout. That's right. It's going to be it's almost going to be almost like Christmas on Thursday night. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure that I get my pre-race picks in on Thursday night, man. I'll make sure I log in and put that stuff in. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But, yeah, the last time we were here, man, it was nuts. I think we had 4 or 5 cautions, but, man, every time we got going, dude, there was – I want to say there was a 20-lap run, man, where we had 8 different leaders. There in that final portion, it was insane. It was just great racing. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, and after the race that we saw last night in the more than a Cape.org farewell to Heat 4 Pro Invitational. Man, did you go back and watch that race? Have
Oh
you
yeah,
finished
dude.
yet?
I watched. Yeah, I watched it this morning.
Man, unfortunately, there were some connection issues in the beginning. The bit rate just was not there. The stream fell apart during the introduction, but I backed out after like the first 6 laps and came back in, and everything was fine, good to go from there. That was a ton of fun to watch, a ton of fun to call. Unfortunately, for a couple people, it didn't quite fall their way, but it was a phenomenal race. More Smoke able to get it done, and I'm looking for more of the same on Thursday night, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, you scared us to death. You joined, the party before the race. You're like, look, man, if one of you NNR guys don't win, I can no longer say that it's the best preset league. And you left, man. We were like, holy shit, man, we got to be on it. So, I mean, it was a lot of fun. I've actually worked on my car some this morning. I was a little tight last night for whatever reasons, but I'll save what I ran last night in case the Coey's lobby's a little loose. But yeah, I mean, you think about a more, the strength he ran with, and J-Pop couldn't race the Asbel race with us, and Asbel, he ran extremely well, especially being with, a lot of those guys that, he probably knows their name. I'm sure they know his name too, but he doesn't get to race around them, and he was able to come home P2, and Aviator was P3, and I'm trying to think who was fourth. I know Rangers was up there.
Yep, Rangers.
Rangers was fourth. Leafs was fifth. I finished sixth.
Okay, I thought Ward Burton was right in front of you. Okay, I was off. Cool.
Yeah, it was a good race. Frozen was up there too, man, and she paid the price for something that wasn't her fault, and from the streaming, it wasn't Boehner's fault neither. It was just wrong place, right time for her. So that's a good group of drivers, man. That's the thing is, and like I said in our chat earlier, is everybody wants to win in there, but everybody just thoroughly enjoys racing, and racing the right way. And I think for the first 2 weeks of that 5-week schedule, I feel like we put on a good show for people to go and watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I kind of hit on it last night, and again in our chat. We got 3 communities together, 2 that run ups. NNR obviously runs preset. We've got a mixture of races over a 5-week span between those 2, and you would think that we've done a ton of practicing together, and we all race together every week. At Dega and Michigan, 2 of the hardest tracks to get around as far as pack racing goes, caution-free stout. I mean, should the caution have flown a couple times last night? Yes, probably. But did it? No.
Oh, for sure.
Man, it was a great couple of races, and we're getting ready to go to the Glen next week with setups on. That's going to be a lot of fun. Combat Beast, what's happening out there in chat? How are you, sir? Trying to find who our current leader is. It has not been a lot of fun. I can definitely tell you that. Let's see. I think your leader is in the middle of the backstretch right now. But then again, the streams they could be just slightly off. Let's see. Boehner is in 10th with 9 laps to go. Cowboys in 11th. Same thing. So I don't think their strategy is going to work out. Chrome Capone out there saying he bets that Fatless is going to win. I'm going to guess since Chrome's in a party with those guys, he knows something we don't about the running order, and he's saying that old Fatless Dig is in the lead. So let's go ahead and pull up Fatless right now. There he is. Keeping a pretty close tab on that 28 of Boehner. Again, Boehner right now is running in P10. Only the 11 is, the 19 is behind him. Yep, I figured. Maverick, I tell you what, you missed it earlier. It was a J-Pot Army 1-2-3 for many, many laps. all being led by the 9 of Q, the 84 Cheese, and then the 39 of Master Killer. Right now, Chrome's out there, and I'm guessing that he's in, or not guessing, he said he was in a party with some other guys, and this is the race for the win. I know that Boehner's a lap down. He got force pit earlier, and here's the 97 just trying to turn some laps, keep it off the wall, keep it off the apron, does not want to make any mistakes. At the same time, he's got to kind of manage a little bit of a gap. There's 7 laps remaining here in the last stage till we wrap up the Xfinity race here at Michigan Stout. 7 more laps.
Yeah, I really like what Quims has done, man. Quims was leading the race. He's going to be, a couple laps short, especially if he's going to be the lead car. And he said, screw it, man. And he's just raising cane. He's hauling tail. He's going to have to pit. But, and the smart thing with that, instead of just trying to save and see if you can make it, is, let's say that Cheese can't make it, or Cowboy, or, Killer here. If they can't make it, and he's got that big lead, and they still got a pit, or if they run out of gas, and he comes in and gets a splash, he's putting himself in the right position to possibly win the race. So I like it.
Yep. And I'm actually on now. I don't know. Chrome's out there saying bet Fatless is going to get it, but Fatless right now on Boehner's screen is showing running P2. Unless he knows something we don't know about whoever the actual leader is with 5 laps to go. Bowling is in third. Fatless just took the lead from whoever was on pit road, and I think that was Quims. Is that why you were talking about him?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I missed that. My bad. But yeah, so Fatless back in the lead. Bowling is going to go over Jay Quim right here, as he's going to try to merge back out up on track. So move Bowling up to P2. And again, because Boehner and Cowboy are both in the back, not quite sure who's in third, but we got 4 laps remaining. So I'm going to work my way back up to the 97 and kind of keep tagging along. A little bit of a battle right there. Well, there's Fatless. Fatless right now running with that 28 of Boehner.
I think they're teammates too, right? So Boehner might be trying to help him make it around here.
Very, very possible. Yeah. Yeah, after this race, I'm going to have to repair my headset because it keeps dropping out on me. Sorry if you said something and I just missed it. But as Boehner came across the line that time, it said 2 to go. But I think Boehner is a lap down, so this might be the final lap. Just seeing the 97 go on by, Boehner just let him go. Again, kind of a reaffirmation, as Crook said. He thought that Fatless Dig was going to go ahead and stroll on into victory lane by a pretty good gap. I'd love to know where or how far back P2 is. And nope, Fatless is actually. No, okay, yeah, that was it. Sorry, guys. God, I can't wait till Heat 5 and those tools stout. It's going to be amazing. But it looks like your top 3 was Fatless Dig, Augustus, and then Jay Quim. So good points for those guys. Then it's going to be Bowling, Master Killer, Mike Honcho, Parzival dominating both the first and second stage. Cheese is in 8th, Q-Dogs in 9th, Boehner in 10th, Cowboy in 11th, and then the one and only guy that wasn't able to finish tonight was old Papa Bear. So Yeah, great race. A little bit of strategy, a little bit of fuel. It's gonna be nice to talk to a couple of news here this week, Stout. Fatless dig, get under it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing some other people's voices.
Chrome Capone, you cheated. Oh, Q, you and Cheese and Master Killer had the right idea. I know you three were teaming up, ready to roll. You had the 11 of Parsville on the outside. I was absolutely rooting for you. J-Pod checked in from the beach just to see how y'all were doing. Man, Q-Dog, great race tonight, sir. Got a lot to be got to keep your head up about. That's for sure. Just fuel did not fall your way tonight. But we're gonna bring it on over here to our post-race booth. Give me 1 second as soon as the mouse plays along. There we go. All right, so I'm going to shut down these couple streams, wait for these guys to show up in the booth. We're going to get to talk to a few new people here, Stout. Okay, so I see... Who do I see here? Who do I see? Okay, I see Jay Quim just joined, just waiting on the other two.
Yeah, so we need Goosis and Fatless.
You got it.
Fatless has joined us.
Yep. Just waiting on old Goose.
I'll join
Squirrel
over there.
out
I'll take
in
a
the chat. What's that?
I'll take a Goose.
Go right ahead, sir. As soon as he joins back in, there he is. He said he was going to take Goose's, and then Stout fell out. I think he went to go give a couple words of encouragement to the one and only Q-Dog and Parsville and Master Killer out there while they're still in the Xfinity chat. Talking about that race there right quick. Welcome back, Stout. Stout, you're muted. There you go.
Hey, Stud.
There you are. All right. So Goose, you came third, right?
No, second.
Second. So okay. So I get to talk to the one and only Jay Quim. Quim, your mic's muted.
Yes, sir.
There
yes, sir.
you are. You sneaky little devil, you. Well, bud, you sent out a tweet today. Kind of rocketed around all throughout NNR saying, "Hey, I'm back." Work and personal and whatnot kept you away from the truck for a few weeks. Saw that 36 up front quite a bit all race long. Pushing or being pushed. Man, walk us through your race. How wild was it? And man, here you are, top three, your first night back.
Yeah, first race, I guess, back to back. Finishing in the top three. It was a pretty wild race to start the beginning. I know we had 3-4 wild times. The top 8 cars or so. It got pretty wild and cautions, so it helped to stay up front.
How much of a fuel strategy did you have to take, or how much fuel did you have to save in order to make it all the way around?
So I ended up did not save fuel at all, and I was probably leading the last bit of the last run, and I was about 3 laps short, and everybody else was saving. I had about a 20-second lead, so I went ahead and pitted with I think 5 to go. Took a splash. And ended up coming out fourth, and then was able to race with Goose and Bowling, back to the line to get third.
Now, we saw Boehner kind of helping you out a little bit with the draft and those final laps, keeping you with him. Are you and Boehner on the same team?
No. And Smitty, huge shout out to Smitty. He, when it was Cheese and Master Killer,
yep.
I think with about 25 to go, they were leading, and I was kind of losing the draft. And Smitty helped me out and pulled me back up there to keep up with the top 3 there. So huge shout out to him. I wouldn't be here if he wouldn't have made that move for me.
Yeah, we saw Smitty. That was right around the time that Parzival was able to rocket to the outside of those J-Pile Army guys. As you just mentioned, they were lined up on that bottom line. That was a phenomenal race for the lead right there. But man, dude, congratulations! Up in the top three, up back in the booth, talking to Stout. Man, way to get that. Way to way to bring it on back, man.
Yep. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Looking forward to Homestead?
Yeah, hopefully I can be here. Hopefully. We'll
I
see.
hope so
That's
too,
my
man. It's
favorite
good.
track.
I hope so too, man. I'm glad to. Always watch you. You keep it competitive out there on track every single time.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
You got it, Stout. You got the one and only Goose.
Goose.
What's up?
So Goose, man. I was a little late, man. I was hanging out with mom and dad, but when I joined, dude, you were mixing up there, up in the pack. Just tell me a little bit, man, about just at least the first two stages.
It was kind of up and down. I think I had a good car. I worked my way from the back to the front. I feel like probably 5 or 6 times, and it just had some unfortunate events. I started in the back because I missed out on sending in a picture, but I was able to start in the back and worked my way to the front. And I feel like I had a good enough car to lead. It's just no one can get away from the draft. It's really tough here. I ran into the first stage. I got punted getting on the pit road, which caused me to speed. So I ended up finishing like 12th or 11th in the first stage. The second stage, I knocked down the wedge a couple notches, and when the tires got really old, it was getting a little loose, and I got in a four-wheel slide off of two, and when I recorrected, it just nosed it into the wall and collected me in bowling. So we ended up. Actually, that was the third stage that happened. The second stage, I finished like I think seventh or something like that. And then that ended up happening in the third stage. And if it wasn't for a fuel mileage race, me and Bowling would have been mired back in like 10th place or something like that. But because of the fuel, and I was able to use the clutch and was clutching in the corners, I saved probably 2 or 3 laps of fuel and was able to come out in second. Didn't If it didn't turn into a fuel mileage race, that would never have happened. But definitely made some mistakes. I think I probably had a chance to win if I didn't make those mistakes. But overall, second place isn't bad.
Absolutely, Gooses, and it says a lot. You say you didn't get a practice pick him in. It says a lot about your competitors, what they think about you, because we know how that rule is. But I imagine they, approved you to race. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Smitty, and I had taken the picture. I could send it to you guys right now. I had taken the picture, and
So you
I
got to send it or didn't send.
I forgot to send it into the chat because I took the picture right before another league race that I had last night, and I got into that league race and completely forgot about it. So that was my bad.
Dude, it happens. Well, Gooses did awesome second place. Do you have a shifter, or you just have the clutch? I mean the 3 pedals.
No, I have a shifter with the clutch. It actually worked a lot better the using the clutch because a lot of times the car wants to get really snappy loose. But
Yep.
the turns are wide enough. I was actually still making good time, so I was actually able to pull away from Bowling and a couple of people behind us. I was able to pull away and I was clutching it. And then when I realized I was going to be like a half a lap short, I was able to basically just half throttle it for a couple of laps, and that's what gave me the edge, just save enough fuel.
Well, Gooses, congrats on your second place. I know you're going to the beach and you're going to have fun in Florida. And remember what I said, dude. If we don't get any drunk pics, then you didn't go to the beach. You just don't want to race with us.
I'll be sure to get those picks in.
Yeah! Congrats, Goose.
Thanks.
All right, and I guess I get to talk to the one and only Mr. Fatless Dig. Fatless, you got me, buddy.
What's going on, Pete?
Man, I tell you what, you got a lot of people out there in chat congratulating you. You got Alpha York, you got Banner, you got Chrome Capone, you've got Rock NASCAR, you've got, all kinds of Asbel, Exodus. All kinds of people out there just calling your praises, buddy. It was one hell of a race. Way to get that done. And we saw you up there. We saw you competitive. I think I called your car number wrong a couple times. You'll have to forgive me. But, man, now Evil Dog's out there saying congrats. So talk us through those last 10 or 15 laps when you're kind of working up there with Boehner, keeping you uptight, keeping you in the draft, so you're able to stay quick, stay ahead of anybody that may have been able to get behind you, and kind of up a little bit to reel you in. But you weren't up front all race long, but you're up front when it mattered the most. And I don't know if you've taken a look at the points here lately, but you just kind of locked your way into Atlanta, man. How's it feel? Talk to us about all this.
Yeah, man, it it feels pretty good. The first two stages, they were going to be what they were. Just trying to keep it clean and get to stage three. Committed to the fuel mileage strategy from lap one in stage three, and just kind of held to it. After the last pit stop, I was actually good to go. I ended up maybe saving another half a lap or so, but we was just kind of able to punch it and try and put down some fast laps. But I've lost, and so many other fast cars have lost races because of fuel mileage and stuff like that. So I am relieved to get a fuel mileage win, and that way I can say I've done it, and now we can maybe go back to actual racing.
You sound like you don't like the Dohar method of racing. Is that right?
Well, you said that, Pete. I didn't, but I like I said, we've all lost fuel mileage races like that, and select few that have kind of mastered it and know how it needs to be done. Have been able to win those races, and today I was the student, so we prevailed. It feels good. We'll go to Atlanta. We'll see what happens, and we'll take it one lap at a time.
Well, Fatless, what a great time of the year to go ahead and get your first win of the season, man. I tell you, I'm really, really happy for you, proud of you, glad that it all worked out, and man, you're moving on. You can go to Homestead next week, throw all caution to the wind. You don't have to worry about any stage points carrying over to Atlanta. You can just go out, race your heart out, do what you can. Maybe try to just last couple races of the year, grab the eye of any Cup or Xfinity teams that will be coming around when we switch over to Heat 5 for the 2021 season, and say, hey man, this is where I want to be. I love racing in NNR. Maybe get picked up by a top team. Who knows, man? But congrats, Stout. You got anything for our winner? Stout.
I think Stout went to grab a beer.
He might.
Damn right I did. I just got him too.
There he is. Stout, you got anything for our winner, bud?
No, absolutely, man. It's just it's glad to hear somebody else's voice finish P1. So not Fatless. It's I don't know if you necessarily feel like you had the speed there or what, man, but you made the right call, saved the fuel, and like Pete said, man, Homestead don't mean anything, and Martinsville sure as hell don't mean anything neither, because you're going to get to race Atlanta for a championship, man. Congrats.
Yeah, it feels good. I appreciate it, Stout. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Fatless, any shout out there, bud? Anybody give you any tips on your setup tonight, or anybody that you just haven't been able to thank up until now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, thanks to everybody in the chat that took the time to watch. Obviously, my Xfinity team, Brook Racing. Boehner's obviously taking a lot of time to teach and show things and share strategies and things that work. And it just makes us all better. So I didn't do anything tonight that nobody either could have thought was possible or hasn't been done before. So we'll roll on.
Yeah, man, we are absolutely going to roll on. Speaking of rolling on, thank you very much for rolling on in here tonight. Definitely appreciate you. I love calling these races with you. We're wrapping up the season. Only 3 more races. Again, we got Homestead next week. We got Martinsville the week after. Then we are wrapping up the season of 2020. And what a great season it's been. But we're not done yet. We've got about 2,000 more laps we've got to turn between the 3 races, and the 3 series over the next 3 weeks. Hey, it's triple threes, but guys, don't forget Thursday night. The money is back on the line. It wasn't there for Road America, but it will be back on the line tomorrow night Thursday night rather, when the Cup Series takes their turn around Michigan International Speedway. Stout's been trying to really drum up everybody, trying to get 20-plus cars on track for that race. We'll have to see if we can do it. Of course, we already know Augustus will be at the beach partying it up like it's 1999 with family. J-Pa says he's going to be back in time, so that 22 should be very, very hard to beat. He was really strong at the spring race right there. Stout, he's got a great setup. If you watched him race last night, of course, Boehner's got a great setup. Aviator, he ran really, really strong, led a lot of laps last night, so he's got a fast car. He'll be able to contend on Thursday night. We saw NNR, get it done on Monday night. I'm sure that they're going to be able to put on a great show again when HD Motorsports and I get to call that race. But until then, don't forget, stay healthy. Please stay safe. I will see you around the track, and I'll talk to you again Thursday night. Take it easy. As soon as my mouse cooperates. Bye, guys.